Welcome back to our video tutorial session on the features of Edmodo. Today we're going to be looking at parent codes and how you can access parent codes for an individual student, but also how you can print off a class list of parent codes. Once again, I'm starting on the login screen. I've put in my login details. I'm just going to click login, and I'm logging into my teacher account here. And of course, as always, first thing I'll see is any new notifications that have come up, and also the latest information that's come up on my middle wall here. In this case, I want to find a particular student and I want to access their parent code. One of the fantastic things about Edmodo in one of its features is that the parents can actually create their own profile, which allows them to see any assignments or deadlines or grades that have been given to their child. So if you can find a way to give them this parent code and they can enter it, and there's actually another video that explains to them how they can do that, then you can actually engage parents within your learning community, and that's a really positive thing. So I'm going to do this in a class specific way, and that's really, you can't do it from here, and you'll find out why in just a moment, but from the open screen you can't see the particular link that you need, so you need to go to the class. But the point that I should make is that each student has their own parent code, and that parent code applies to all of their subjects. So if you teach a student for English and you teach them for science, you don't need to get two separate parent codes. Once you've got the first one, that's all you need. Now of course, we're back on the English screen here. I'm going to click on members. Okay, so this is where I can actually see my students, and in this case you've probably seen in previous videos, I've only got one student, which is a student I made up. So it tells me as the teacher here, but then it's got a student, but you might have a list once again of maybe 20 or 30 students down here, which you can scroll down and look at. Now, if I want just the individual parent code for one student, all I need to do is just come across here, and if I click on this little more icon and go down here and click parent code, there it is. Okay, so if I gave that to a parent, maybe at a parent-teacher interview, it only takes 2 seconds. I can really quickly get that and make it work and hand that to them. However, if you do have 20 or 30 students, it's probably going to be likely that you're not going to have time to go through one by one to give them all their code. So one of the great features of Edmodo is that you can actually print off all of the codes in an Excel document. It's fairly easy to do. All I need to do is, instead of going to more, I'm just going to go up to member options, okay, and then I'm just going to go down to print. Now this print feature actually gives you a number of different things that you can do. I can actually put in anything, notifications they've received. I can put in the number of badges that they've got. When they set up their profiles, they can do things like career goals or the learning style that they prepare, anything like that, their username, their student, anything. In this case, I don't think I need all of this information for what I'm trying to do. So you can see that it's a fairly basic type of setup. All I'm going to put on is their name, so what's the name of the student, and their parent code. Okay, I'm going to say generate page. As you can see, whoop, it came up just a second ago. Here it is. Okay, so it's actually set up this particular page here. You can see that the one student I have is Cardijn student, and that's their code. But if I had 25 or 30 students, they would be going all down this page. And then of course, once I'm here, I could just select my printer, and then I could click print, and I've got a print out of that. And that's a really great thing to take to a parent information night or something like that. I actually usually, when I have a parent information night, I cut them all up. I cut them into little strips and just send the strip home with the parent. So once again, that's a really great way to go about it. It really allows parents to engage in your learning, and it's a really positive thing that you can do using Edmodo.